Hey everyone, so today's video is for the global launch because the game is coming out and I wanted to do a video about which starter theme you can work on. Personally, I'm free to play. The game is not out yet for me, so I'm playing via Apex. Um, so for me, this is games that I've worked on my free time and obtain the characters that way because I can't spend money. So completely free to play and completely start the teams that I went with. So let's take a look at it. So when you start the game, you're going to have option to pick between three legendaries, will be Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Superman. Um, Remember to pick Wonder Woman. I'm doing another guide for that. Not sure it will be out for this video, but who knows? Because Wonder Woman will be a permanent great part of your team, so you don't want to miss out on her. But I'm going to talk about the characters that are below legendary that you can use for your team. So there's an event where you can get Constantine easier, like a login reward thing. If I remember correctly, it was quite a while ago. Constantine, you can get it. You can also get the shards pretty much everywhere now. Constantine is a great character. He has a E damage that I really like, so it really helps the team. We can look at the stats a bit. So he also sacrifices his own health, so he can deal power damage equal to 175% of attack power to all enemies. The skill also gains 10% lifesteal. And that's his ultimate. And if you're looking at the basic attack, Eternal Flame, so it damage is increased to 130% when at level 2. Constantine attacks. The ally with the lowest attack receives 1 stack of Weaken for 2 turns. While Constantine gains 1 stack of Strong Attack for 2 turns, so it benefits him more. Level 3, damage increases to 140%. Skill description: attack an enemy with pyrokinesis, dealing superpower damage equal to 120% of attack. So he's basically a damage dealer, and you wouldn't want to miss out on that. It's a passive at the start of Eloton. They lose 15% of their current HP and get 1 stack of Strong Attack and 1 stack of Rapier Kit for 2 turns. When the turn ends, a magic circle is drawn beneath Constantine's feet. He completes a third of the magic circle each time. After the magic circle is complete, it transforms into 3 magical projectiles, each attacking a random enemy and dealing superpower damage equal to 65% of attack. He's really good. I really like using him. He never almost leaves my team. Green Arrow. The next one I want to talk about, because Green Arrow, even if you don't pay for the early offer, even though it's very cheap, $5, I don't remember how much is it. He's also a great damage dealer. He has passive Sergeancy that Team Sergeancy, sorry. All deployed allied attack HP and defense plus 9% during battle attack. All allies of the AoE characteristic increases by 12%. So I love using it for characters like Wonder Woman and the like, because it very focuses on all over environment damage. So that's really important to me. Skills a little bit. Ultimate unleashes a rain of arrows on all enemies that hits 3 times, dealing physical damage equal to 40%, 40%, and 75% of attack respectively. If he defeats any number of enemies, he gains a new turn. Basic attack shoots a specifically crafted arrow at an enemy, dealing physical damage equal to 120% of the attack. Freeze arrow shoots freeze arrow at an enemy row, dealing physical damage equal to 110% of attack and adding 1 stack of frostbite. Passive increases crit by 15% and crit damage by 15%. Crit doubles when enemy HP is above 50%. So he's another one of those and you won't want to miss out on. He will drop from the mother boxes, so you don't really need to worry about it. And I believe you can pick its shards at the shop as well. Let's take a look there real quick. Yeah, you also have that, so you can contest shards specifically. Right, so in the league shop, you can pick which epic characters you want from here. Sold out currently, so I can get it. So legendary. Okay, so in the Elite Arena shop, you can go and take epic character fragment selection, so you can get 10 of Minerva or even John Constantine, really anyone that's an epic character, and he's showing up here. From you can always change it as well, so it doesn't matter as it runs out. Also, I have these options. This one, the one I want to show you before, it gives you the option to, if you don't have enough shards, but like you need one more or two, and you have two of these, it will transform into the shards you need. So that's really cool. Same thing here, and that's pretty much it for shards. Next up is Zatenna. Zatenna is really amazing. I just got her to 220. She's really good. Her focus is buffing the team, specifically Wonder Woman. So when you have Wonder Woman on your team, the damage will be even greater. So you really have to focus on getting Zatenna up there. Because the two of them together, amazing. Ultimate. Deals superpower damage equal to 145% of attack to an enemy row and adds 2 stacks of armor break that lasts until the end of battle. Basic attack deals superpower damage equal to 120% of attack to an enemy unit and dispel 1 stack of a single buff type from the target. Grants all allies 1 stack of frantic for 2 turns, also grants 2 bonus stacks of frantic to the ally with the highest attack for 2 turns, so that would be Wonder Woman. Whenever an enemy buff is dispelled, Zatenna heals 3% of her max HP per type dispelled. She's more of a support character. And I do want to take a look at Wonder Woman, because you can get her. You have higher chance once you pick the banner. So I wouldn't say that she's completely unobtainable or rare because she's legendary, because that's not true. Like, most people have her. So she's really good. Ultimate Judgment in Infinity deals physical damage equal to 160% of attack to all enemies if damage crits. There is a 25% chance of inflicting stun on the maximum of 2 targets for 1 turn. Uses the sword in hand to attack an enemy, dealing physical damage equal to 85% of attack. Throws the Lasso of Truth at an enemy. This is an advanced attack, dealing physical damage equal to 180% of attack if the damage crit. Has a 60% chance of inflicting silence for 2 turns. During battle, this is a passive. Increases crit damage for all allies by 10%. Another passive is during battle, so basically it looks like Legendary have 2 passive, to make sense. During battle, every 1% crit she has grants 0.03% damage red up to 20%. So again, these are the entire 4 that I just talked about. These are some you can get for free, and I really think you should invest in. Now I want to talk about Lex Luthor because he's a good tank. To get him, you need to complete the fusion mission in events. So let's take a quick look at that. Event Center, Character Fusion. So basically you need to farm these characters. Bane, Two-Face, Green Arrow. You'll have to use Green Arrow shards. And Gorilla Grodd to fuse Lex Luthor and unlock him. Once you unlock him, giving shields to the team. You can also point allies to attack the enemies. So he's really good. Like, I use him most of the time. He takes most of the damage, and it really helps my team survive. So I can really recommend him. I recommend tanks more than I recommend healers. So ultimate defensive shield activates a defensive shield first that grants all allies a shield that can absorb damage equal to 16% of max HP for 2 rounds. Increases the cost of future uses by 1 ultimate point. Basic attack attacks an enemy 2 times, each dealing physical damage equal to 42% of attack. Advanced attack, skill description, commands the ally with highest attack to assist. They use their basic skill on single enemy. This is what I was talking about. Regardless of the skill's original targeting rules, Lex has a 25% chance of enlisting an additional ally to assist with the same enemy. If Lex has no allies left standing, he is instead using his own basic skill on the single enemy. Passive 1. When using basic attacks, if Lex Luthor does not have a shield, he will gain a shield that can absorb damage equal to 9% of his max HP for 2 turns. If Lex Luthor has a shield, he invites the ally with the highest attack to assist him in battle. Passive 2. Whenever his allies use basic attacks a total of 4 times, Lex Luthor can charge his armor, gaining 10% damage rate up to a maximum of 40% until the end of the battle. So very recommended tank on my end. Batman, because you get Batman pretty early on, and Batman has some really nice damage. He is a single target character though, so take it into consideration. I'm surprised he's not legendary. He's literally epic compared to all the others. He should be legendary, in my opinion. Ultimate uses physical prowess to ambush and attack an enemy target 4 times, each dealing physical damage equal to 90% of attack for each type of debuff the target has. The skill damage temporarily gains 10% damage bonus up to the maximum of 30%. Basic attack attacks an enemy 2 times, dealing physical damage equal to 60% of attack. Advanced attack deals physical damage equal to 110 of attack to an enemy row. And passive increases attack by 20%. Each attack adds 1 stack of armor broken for 2 turns. He has really great and nice damage. I really like using him in battle because he can literally destroy the enemies. So I feel so Batman for you too. So he's one of my recommended characters as well. Another tank I can recommend is definitely Nightwing. Once you get him up even more, he can sustain a lot of damage. He can do pretty nice attacks too. And I literally got his artifact today. That was cool the moment I got him. And he's not hard to level at all, so I need to get the shards by grinding, buying from the shop, stuff like that. Eskrima sticks. Ultimate attacks the enemy with the highest attack 4 times, each dealing physical damage equal to 53% of attack, and it has a 60% of inflicting stun on the target for 2 turns. Front for ally gaining 1 stack of firm stand for 2 turns. Basic attack, it attacks an enemy dealing physical damage equal to 120 of attack. Passive, when taking damage, has a 10% chance to shock the damage dealer with electricity, dealing superpower damage equal to 17% of attack. If this damage is blocked, the chance of triggering increases to 60%. And passive 2 increases the block by 20%. When he blocks for the first time each turn, he gains 1 stack of shelter for 2 turns. So these are 2 tanks that I can recommend starting up. Raven first showed up in an event, and then she was added to the mother boxes and all that, and the shop. Raven is good. She can revive your team, so she's another character that I can recommend. Poison Ivy for DPS, because she can hit hard the back row, so she's another one that I can actually recommend. Another tank that I'm going to recommend is Gorilla Grodd. He's also easy to level up and probably one of my favorite to use for tanking. ultimate, use the telepathy on the enemy back row, dealing super power damage equal to 80% of attack and knocking them back 25% on the action bar. Also, it's 1 stack of slow and 1 stack of weaken for 2 turns. Basic attack deals physical damage equal to 85% of attack to a single enemy and adds 1 stack of armor back for 2 turns. Passive at the start of the battle gains 40% damage reduction for 2 rounds. When taking damage from damage dealer with debuff, each type of debuff gains himself 5% damage reduction. Passive 2. When attacked, he has a 30% chance of increasing one random type of debuff. The damage dealer has by 1 stacks for 3 rounds. So if you look, I'm hearing that Cube Flash is going to get nerfed, but if you're looking for a healer, he's one of the healers you can use. He heals a single character. Another damage dealer that I can recommend to work on is Superboy. And of course, Red Hood. Mira is another one that you can put at the front. So she does a little damage, she takes more damage than most characters, so I want to recommend her. And Jessica Cruz, because she shields the team pretty often. And Pandora, but Pandora is part of an event, so you have to really grind her banner to actually get her. And I do want to talk about some of the purple and blue characters. I know you need the shards for leveling up epic and legendary, but listen out, you don't want to miss out on Huntress. Her single target damage is insane, and once she kills an enemy, she will set her eyes to the next enemy so fast, so she's worth it. She's really a character that I can't recommend enough to use. Captain Cold can be a really great starter tank, so I recommend using him as well. You can have Black Canary for healing. She's a healer, so she heals the entire group with her ultimate. Batgirl has a very nice AoE damage. Just a note that the blue and purple characters will be good until a certain level. I'm not really remembering right now which maximum level they're good at, but you can go pretty far with them. So I just wanted to add that Batgirl has a really crazy AoE. When I started, she just destroyed teams in story, so for me she was my go-to. And Catwoman is also very nice for the damage, so definitely recommend her. And you can see the roster on the way. So another tank that I have to recommend on here that I see a lot of people recommending as well on the right is Mr. Freeze. I personally don't use him right now, but it's also someone that you'll want to use if you don't have any of the bigger tanks. He can take you pretty far. So now I want to take a bit of a look at the teams in action. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into story mode for a minute, just so we can take a quick look. We're not gonna use Flash and Dr. Fate because it's defeating the purpose. Let's take Zatenna. So another thing is that you can decide which ultimate goes first and after. So for me, it's always in favor that I'm doing Wonder Woman first and the tank last. That's just what I prefer. You guys can do what you think is working for you. Don't think it really matters long term. As you can see, Wonder Woman literally just destroyed everyone. So she's good. But that was a pre-story stage, so let's get these out of the way. Even a victory animation is cool. Okay, now we're gonna fight this Zara, so let's see how this. Zara is also a pretty nice tank, so if you happen to get him, is one of those options. But I'm gonna show you the ones I'm using that work really well for me. Like Green Arrow is still frozen. Right. So that was in story mode. So that was the main theme I'm using. But let's say you don't have Wonder Woman and you don't have Lex. So you would technically no, I'm the big Raven. You would go for a more single target team because you'll be using Batman and you'll be using Nightwing. So I can put Nightwing here and then make a second tank. By the way, it's really important where you put your tank because the left tank tending to take more damage, so take that into consideration. So a more optional team if you're not able to get Wonder Woman fast enough to get the team going. You will still have Zatenna's buffing and you still have good tanks protecting your team, and of course Green Arrow's damage as soon as you get him. Then we have Green Arrow going. You're also facing a Green Arrow, so there's that. A lot of times you will want to probably use teams that actually are stronger against the boss. So you need to take the colors first. You have like blue, you have red, and you have green. And each are stronger against a different color, so good to get into consideration when building your team. But of course, starting out it's gonna be easier to level the good characters in a sense. Nice. Huntress is more health than the actual boss. Yeah, but I'm gonna take that man out. He's at very late stages, so very hard to show it as starter stages, but fine. There we go. So we got there story-wise. And let's try in system recovery. This may go a little better. So as you can see, blue is stronger against red is stronger against green, and green is stronger against blue. So it really you need to build your team according to that. And as usual, I'm using characters that you guys probably won't have when you start out. I do want to try Poison Ivy for the sake of it. Mira at the front because Mira can sustain some damage. Alright. I'm gonna use Superboy. It's showing you different combinations. I think Green Arrow is mainly a must to have. Like, I rarely see myself taking either him or young Constantine out of my team. Very nice damage from Superboy. As you can see, Mira is taking damage nicely too, because she could have gone down quickly, but she's not. Some characters will die real quick, so you need to choose the correct characters to put at the front. So if not a tank, at least someone like Mira and Wonder Woman. There we go. I'm going to try, actually I'm not supposed to use my characters. A very lower team, so you guys can take a look at a purple team. We'll make it a little more interesting. And let's do Batgirl. I can't promise I win this fight, but I more want to show you how far this goes. Oh, I didn't realize I can put third already. Definitely deploy the third reinforcement. Yeah, the issue is more John Constantine in this case. I'm gonna turbo stage. Let's see if I can get Batgirl going. You have a lot of alien. I want to see if I can get my Canary to heal now. Again, these are very high level stages, so it's harder to really show it properly, but when you're starting out, those will be pretty good teams for you. You only have to worry about epic and legendary characters as you progress. Oh, I didn't have a chance to get Mr. Freeze going yet. Nice. So these are really characters and teams that I can really recommend starting out. Because literally how I started, the teams that I went with until I got characters like Wonder Woman, Flash, and others. Don't pick out Flash from the banner though, because Flash, you wouldn't be as good when you start out. Wonder Woman will benefit you for literally everything. I don't have Superman, unfortunately, but he's also a very endgame tank, so I really wanted to focus on those. Always put your focus on Wonder Woman. And these are the more stellar, higher teams I can recommend. John Constantine, Green Arrow, Zatenna, Nightwing, Batman. These are really the characters that will really benefit you starting out. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.